morning. Today is Tuesday, February 6, 2018, and I'm Joe Paul, the local president. I have a handful of things I want to talk to you about today, and we're going to start out with the Dashboard Function 1 Scheduler. Well, that's affecting the clerk craft in the Orlando and Seminole PNDCs, predominantly in the level 6 category. So in Seminole, the level 6s that were excess off of Tour 1, because it didn't happen in Tour 2 and Tour 3 in Seminole. Now we've already had closed section bidding, 2 rounds of it, and they're already offering retreat rights back to some of the clerks that were excess out. So that's good news. In the Orlando PNDC, different story. They're having excessing out of sections, which is Tour 1, 2, and 3 of level 6s, and it's still going on. We're in our 3rd round of closed section bidding. But rest assured, they're going to be offering retreat rights back to those level 6s, to those 3 tours. So just kind of hang in there. It's going to happen. And I don't know exactly when, but it's going to happen. It won't be long from now. As far as discipline, no removals this week. However, we have about 5 or 6 letters of warning and numerous 7 and a few 14-day suspensions. They're attendance related, and some now are failure to follow instructions. So kind of keep your eye on that. And if you have problems, you need to talk to a steward. Remember, you have to request a steward. If you don't request a steward, management doesn't have to give you a steward. One of our biggest issues that we're having, and this, our local, Central Florida area local, your local, is one of the largest locals in the state of Florida. And as far as offices, I believe we have the most. We have 3 plants and over 100 offices. So some of the problems we're having out there, which you have to report it to us because we don't know sometimes until we hear about it, is a lot of the full-time regulars that are not on the overtime desire list are constantly being forced to work 10 and some instances 12 hours a day. Well, that's a problem for us. Now, contractually, management can get away with it, some of it, and as long as they work the full-time regulars that are on the overtime desire list 10 and 12 hours a day sometimes, they can get away with some of it. But reality is the Postal Service is cutting corners and short-staffing the offices, doing the work themselves, management, having CCAs, which are carrier assistants, and rural carriers and city carriers doing our work. We have to stop that. We need to request a steward. Tell management we're done with that. Request a steward, and that way we can get somebody down there to represent you. We all need to help out and stand up because we need everybody's help to stop that and stop those infractions and make sure we keep our work. Heck, if that happened in every office in the country, we'd be down 10 or 20,000 jobs. We don't want that. I'm going to process right now with Ben Love, your maintenance craft director, over at the Seminole PNDC. I switched sides, I don't know, right to that. But anyway, we're in a process of getting an in-service register. We know that there's a lot of clerks that would like to go to custodian ranks. We have about 10 jobs that are posted right now as we speak. We love, before they send out looking for custodians on e-reassign, we'd like to develop an in-service register in the plant for any clerks or mail handlers, although it's not us for mail handlers. But we'd like anybody that would like to be a clerk, or excuse me, a custodian, to come over, sign up for that, and maybe we can get some movement into that craft. The Postal Service has to use APW represented employees first. So they would take us before the mail handlers. And if they took, let's just say hypothetically, we had 5 people that came over. That's going to create 5 additional jobs in the clerk craft where the Postal Service will do some conversions, possibly do a transfer in, which they can get away with it. It's a 1-in-4 ratio in large plants, but we can get some movement and get some people converted. That's our biggest thing. We want to get PSEs everywhere in our local converted to career and full-time. PTF, which is part-time flexibles that are already career, we want to get them converted to full-time. We want, just like the APW at the National, we are bargaining, we want a full-time career workforce totally. That's what our goal would be. Let's see, in Lakeland, there's 4 residual clerk craft jobs on the e-reassign list. We're told that there's 5 people on the list that want to come in from impacted facilities, which means offices all over the country right now that are impacted, which means they have an accessing event really, so they're an impacted office where they can come down and take some jobs. We don't know if they're going to come. We're not going to know until the 11th of February if there are people that want to come, because some people can cancel it at the last minute and say, nah, I don't want to come. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that. We want to try to get our PSEs converted there too. Let's see what else. The staffing package in the Orlando PNDC, we've already challenged that. We've already sent that up. The Line H grievances, which deal with custodians, we're challenging that all over the local. Within the local right now, Ben Love is working on Lakelands, Gosemi's, the Orlando PNDC, and Horace Nelson is working on the ones in the branches in Orlando, which is like 23 stations and branches. And Peter Fournier is working on Seminole. We're having a difficult time with management giving us the proper documentation, but we're staying on them, and we're going to fight this till the very end, because our people deserve what they're supposed to get, and we're not going to back off of all that. Let's just see what else we have. I had a stewards class the other day. This is the 5th one I put on, and we have a couple new people that are coming on as alternates. Jose Caban from the MVS craft, which is motor vehicle. He's going to be an alternate over there. And Bruno Hernandez will be an alternate in Seminole in the maintenance craft. As always, I'm always looking for people that want to step up and help out and be stewards or alternates. Anywhere you are, we're looking for that, especially in the plants. That's where we have pockets of 50 and 75 people in sections. We need stewards on all 3 tours in boat plants. In Lakeland, we have 1 person there. So we're kind of short-staffed, but that's like it is in most every local. But we always need more people to try to step up and help out. And I'm willing to give you the tools, the training. We'll bring you down here, and we'll do everything we can to try to get you up to speed and have your back and support you at all times. Let's just see what else I have here. MVS, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. They just had an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, that was signed. It came out. Listen to this scenario. This is what the Postal Service is doing. And we fought this, and I didn't even really know, but it's happening mostly up north. When they were hiring motor vehicle operators, they were telling these people, hiring externally at a certain rate of pay. Let's just use an example, saying, look, we're going to hire you at $21 an hour. So they get 10, a lot of people coming in, and they come in and work. Well, after a couple months, Postal Service said, you know what? We think we overpaid you. We shouldn't have paid you that much. So now they've reduced their wages, and now they send them letters of demand. Now these people are getting letters saying, hey, look, you owe us that difference of pay for every hour you work for a month. We challenge that nationally, and we just got an MOU that's going to stop that, and that won't happen. That's a big thing. That's almost hard to believe that that's what they did, the Postal Service, but unfortunately, that's what they did. Well, anyway, for today, we have a union meeting, by the way, Thursday night at 7. We look forward to seeing you here, as always, and I want to sign off by saying thank you for being loyal APW members and members of our Central Florida area local family. Thank you.